What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Wednesday, April 17th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you're watching Betting with the Bag. We have a big card this evening, and we got off to a great start. Tripled up on the cards game, tripled up on the show. It doubled up with my bets. I didn't make the first 5 innings bet, but doubled up with my bets, tripled up on the show. Also hit that first 5 under both with my bets and on the show, but looks like I'll be losing this over in the Dodgers game, so that will be fine. That will be fine. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It looks very bad there. 3-1 at the 8th, but 4-1 start today feels good. Let's get it. And it's been a bad couple days for me, so nice to get off to a winning start. Shout out to Vinny Cornell, Jason M., Michael Ervalina, Tiago Ruiz, Demetrius Miller, Parlay Poppy, who was great on our morning show. Shout out to Parlay Poppy in the house. We got Elio Top Set, my man Elio in Florida. Drew Daddy said, told you guys Tottenham to advance. Shout out to Drew Daddy, Tiago Ruiz, Silvar, Malco in the house. We got Ron Lofton. Brian Watson says, hey Jimmy, Leafs over 6. I've yet to make a bet on today's card. I have made a bet on the Knights to win the cup at plus 550, but that's all. We got Parlay Poppies. I said, Walla Dose says taking Yanks minus 1.5 today. Jimmy got it earlier. I am on the over, but I have not made a move on the side in that game. Paco, Healy, Rem, Moses. Let's talk NBA B-ball and all the totals climbing throughout the day. We are going to talk. We're going to have J Money is Money joining our late show, as well as DJ Big Boss. We got Ulysses Hayes in the house. We got Mr. Gokster in the house. Smart Money. Jay Peach in the house. Good looking group. Robert Cherry, Rico Money, Bobby Digital, Bobby, Digi, Lucky Lefty, Base Kniff, Brian Watson, Serious Business, Viper, and B, Arthur Mead Jr. We've not seen enough of Arthur Mead Jr. We got Imp in the house at Tail Dave, Phillies under. I wish I jumped on that under. It was the plan, and I got off of it after we broke it down here on the show. Jake Lamb, Denny, Kevin Pine, Steven Esposito, Molly Mal in the house. Born in 94. Says Jimmy's triple bomb hits. Yeah, like seeing that. RMK says, what up, Jimmy? Love the Vegas future bets. Got them versus Bruins in the final odds. Wow, so you must have the Bruins to win game 4 tonight. Ron Lofton says, sweating this under in the Royals game. I hear that. It was the taint play of the day from our man, Matt Randall. Matt Randall may be making a live appearance on the show very soon. All right. Mark True in the house. Colf Coleone in the house. Brian S. in the house. We got a great group. Okay, well, this is the plan. We're going to break down this hockey card very quickly. Then we're going to spend a nice amount of time on the baseball card. And then we're going to have DJ Big Boss and J Money is Money joining us. Bobby Digital said, told you, Jimmy, daytime walk-up, man. Loved it. Robert Cherry said, that line move, Jimmy. I just caught the Bucks at the half of -9, Rockets at the half of the -5, and Celtics at the half of -4.5. Interesting. Taking the favorites here tonight, Robert. Interesting. Sean Robertson said, cash for the cards and the other 10. Let's get to work. Yes. Let's get to work. When is your debt show going to be? What do you mean by that, Michael Ervalina? What do you mean by that, my man? Okay, let's get to work. First off, Bruins at Leafs. Leafs lead the series 2-1. I'm very hesitant to make a move. You know, it's one of those things that we used to talk about on the show where you could make a legitimate breakdown for each side. And that's my issue. One thing I do kind of like is the over. I do like goals to be scored, but other than that, I'm just hesitant to make a move. But I think I may make a move on this over. It just feels like we're going to see a ton of the first lines matched up. Tavares, Marner, and Hyman going up against Bergeron, Pasternak, and Marchand. So I guess it has to be, and Parlay Poppy saying Capitals favorite for me, hands down. Jay Yim in the house. Colf Coleon said, good read on Vegas. Yes, they're just rolling right now. Brian Watts says Raptors. Wow, what a great group. Okay. I feel like the only move to make right now, big guy Bubba in the house. Eric Nisbet says, I'm riding the Rockets again. I think that the spot would be to the over. I really do. I think that they're going to take care of, I think there's going to be offense. But I'm just hesitant to take overs in the playoffs when these games are just so tight. Robert Cherry says, I wanted Boston money line, but I've been on the fence, Jimmy. The over 6 seems to be the play in this game, too. I think it is. I really think it is. I think it is. So let's talk about the other games, and then we'll quickly come back to it. Okay, now we got Predators at Stars. Another situation where we're dealing with a very, very low total, and I don't want to take the under 5, although I understand people taking it. And it opened at minus 125 at BetOnline. It's 4 cents down, minus 121 now. Quickly check the money lines here. Bleds W said, Jimmy, my man, how the lungs treating you? They're not good. Ulysses Hastings, I think the under with the 2 goalies. Lance Manning saying the over is scary in the playoffs. Philly Boy 5 says, in Vegas playing the poker tournament, sweating Man City minus 1.5. I hear that. 400 says Calgary game under 6. RMK says, just don't see the Bergeron line being held down again. I don't either. Probably says the way Toronto's playing, it's hard to find value on that over 6. Robert Cherry says national under 5 if a push, so what I can trust it. I don't really like either. There's nothing that I like enough on this card. Tyler Seguin is playing great, but it's just this 31st ranked power play for the Predators has not scored a power play goal all playoffs. And then the Dallas power play isn't rolling either. RMK says Krejci line will be good again with Kadri. Bergeron will be great tonight. Jack Lamb Denny says, I got cookies for you, Jimmy. Oh, that would be nice. I've been on the lookout for them down here. Not applicable says lean Boston, lean Dallas. Imp 13420 says Stars to win the series at plus 230. I tell you what, to be honest with you, if you like a side here in tonight's action, I would say just take them to win the series. You're going to get a bigger spot. You're going to get more value, especially if it's a road team, or especially if it's a team down 2-1, I should say. And Poppy says, if we can't find an angle pass, Bleds W says, love Pappy's breakdown earlier today. Going to take the Flames regulation line. I could understand it, but this is a team that has lost 8 straight games on the road. They got to get that monkey off their back. Will they be able to? I don't know. The only thing that I would like to do is go back to the over. I think the Avalanche are going to score. I think the Flames need to score. Tata Booker says, I need a 4-team parlay today. Lefty said he needs a 5-team. Okay, well, stick with us. We're off to a good day. DJ Coleman said, scared money don't make money. I get it, but Randy Lockhart bought down to the 5.5 in the Flames game. I get that. That does make sense there. 6 and 108. That's the only spot that I'd want to jump on. And these are just too high. You know what? I'm not going to make a bet that where I need 7 goals to cash a total, but I don't think the unders are going to be in business. So, you know what? I'm not making a move on this card. Today, I took the Knights to win the cup at plus 550. Mr. Goxer says I'm on that over Calgary, Colorado. That would be the only move I would make. Ulysses Tate says Calgary will lose with Smith in net. Don't like him. I don't mind him. Kevin Pine said Avs honestly dominated all 3 games. Game 1, Smith just stood on his head. Avs tonight. Randy Lockhart says Calgary second in the league in scoring. They average 3.5 goals per game. Calgary ranks 10th in the league at 3.1 goals per game. Calgary took a 2-1 series lead with a 6-2 winning game 3 of the series. I look for their offense to use that momentum and build on it tonight. Robert Cherry says I see Colorado scoring too early. Defense to score too early. And then a late score from Calgary. Nail biter down the stretch. Yeah, so I'm not making a move on the NHL card. And I don't want to force plays in the playoffs here. I've had a great season. Mally Mouse says hockey card. I think I'm passing. I love getting the Knights at plus 550 to win the cup. Not applicable says shit the bet of the day Flames. Is the Flames like in the Colorado money line? I understand the Colorado money line. I really do. But I'm just not going to make a move. Steven Esposito said, Jimmy, if Vegas is in the cup, you come into Vegas to party. I'd love to. The problem is that I'm late to the party with these futures. I was talking to a guy on Twitter today who has him at 25-1 to win the cup. Got that in December. I'm just not going to make enough money. It's basically hedging because I've got the Sharks and the Flames. Ulysses Hayes says, why aren't they giving Riddick a chance? I agree. I would go right back to Smith, go back to the veteran. But I'd love to come, Steven Esposito. I would absolutely love to come down to Vegas and party with you guys. Not applicable like in Columbus, Vegas final. I've already jumped on Vegas to win the West. So I got that at plus 450, put 150 on that. So all said and done, I'm not making moves. Randy Lockhart says, look for the Flames to come out firing on all cylinders early and often in this game. Their bread and butter is scoring. That would be the one play I would make. I would take a first period over. But the Flames have to play tighter, and they have to shut down McKinnon. So I'm off. I'm not making a move. But, Rafa, my man, we do have the Heritage prop video, and I do have a prop bet. So, Rafa, can we roll the Heritage prop video, my man? Get to that. Welcome to the Heritage prop of the day. At heritagesports.eu, you pick the sport, you pick the players, you pick the prop. They give you the odds, and we've hit 4 straight. We're back at 500. Next time you see me on a Heritage prop, I'm going to be plus units, and I'm going to keep it rolling right here. I'm taking the Colorado Avalanche's Nathan McKinnon to score more points than the Nashville Predators' Victor Arvidsson at minus 122. The Colorado-Calgary series has been free-flowing offensive, and Nathan McKinnon is playing like the best player in the National Hockey League. He scored 99 points during the regular season, and he's carried that over with 3 goals, 1 assist during the playoffs. He's playing 24 minutes, 7 seconds a game. He has 2 power play goals in 3 games, and he will continue to get opportunities with the man advantage. He's at the center of everything the Avalanche do. On the other hand, the Stars-Predators series is very low scoring and will continue to be that way. Victor Arvidsson scored 34 goals in the regular season, but he only got 14 assists. The Predators had the worst power play in the NHL during the season, and they've yet to score a power play goal in these playoffs. The Preds are averaging just 2.33 goals per game. I'm on Nathan McKinnon to score more points than Victor Arvidsson at minus 122. That's the spot on the card. So we've hit 4 straight of those. I like that. RMK says I placed a plus 1,020 ticket on Columbus to win the East an hour after the trade deadline. Wow, Will Hedge of Boston moves on next round. Wow, I love great play, RMK. Absolutely great play. Shout out to Joey Jack in the house. Michael Irvelina, I have to wait till the post is decided. So that, I believe, is on the Monday morning. I believe that's Monday morning. They do the Oaks and then the Derby. But I can't break down the pace scenario until I know who, because it's 20 horse field. So the video won't be out till probably Wednesday of the week of the Derby. But we'll be talking about it quite a bit. And at this point, and that could change, but at this point, and we got to see how they feel moving into the race. And a lot of things can change. But Omaha Beach is the best horse in the field, I think. Omaha Beach, I mean, he's proven it. So Mike Smith chose to ride him. So I'm going with Omaha Beach at this point. Okay, let's break down this baseball card. Got off to a great start. Should have jumped on the under in Mets Phillies, did not, but didn't make a play there. Hit with Cardinals, first 5, team total over 2.5 at plus 117. Full game over 4.5 at plus 102, and the first 5 at plus 120. 3+ lines. Swept the board there. Then Royals, White Sox, first 5, under 5 at minus 125. I bet it at under 4.5 at plus 105. They both hit. Beautiful. And then I'm going to lose on this Dodgers, Reds over. So now I'm on the Red Sox, Yankees over 9, minus 115 at 5 times. I don't want to talk too much about games I've already got plays on. I want to talk about games that I want to make a move on. But at this point, I'm very comfortable with where I stand. Let's take a look at baseball at sportsbookreview.com, MLB. Let's take a quick look and see what we are dealing with here. So Boston opened up as a plus 114 dog, a 7-cent move in their favor. I don't trust Eovaldi, and I don't really trust Happ. I got the over 9 at minus 115, and it's been bet towards the under. I could now get an over 9 at minus 108, depending on what book, minus 120 at Bet Online. All that said and done, I'm just sticking with the over. Randy Lockhart's on the over as well. Robert Terry said, I'm still not touching my Yankees. I don't know after this morning show. And we got Elio top sets plays. Braves and Rays, first 5 team total over 2s, and Oakland full game team total over 4. Good bats versus mediocre pitchers. I'm on. I like those looks, and I can't wait to talk about those games. All said and done, Eovaldi and Happ have both looked bad this year. I know that the Red Sox aren't hitting, but maybe this is the opportunity for them to hit. Let's quickly see if we've got any change in the wind here from the morning show. Still right to left, 8 miles per hour. Hasn't changed. Confirmed lineup: Betts, Bogarts, Martinez, Pierce, Moreland, Pedroia, Devers, Vasquez, Bradley Jr., Gardner, Judge, Voit, Torres, LeMahieu, Fraser, Talkman, Urshela, and Romine. I don't love the lineups but I'm comfortable here. Comfortable Red Sox, Yankees over 9, not adding to it. Now let's go to Indians, Mariners. I have no idea what Carlos Carrasco is going to give us. Parlay Poppy says, I added Indians over 4 at minus 110 first. The over 4 in the game, first 5. I can see Swanson getting smashed. Dude's a single A pitcher. I take all his numbers with a grain of salt. I mean, to me, it's a bullpen day with Swanson. I agree Swanson gets touched, but what the hell's Carrasco going to give us? Bobby Digital says, Jimmy, I have some leans, but I came down to Twins and Cubs moneyline parlay for plus 150 is my night play. I like it. Twins and Cubs moneyline parlay. I think that's a great look. So I don't know what Carrasco is going to give, but I expect him to bounce back from a bad start. And, if you want to stick with trends, then the Indians would be the play. The Indians would be the play. Let's see what you get on them. Oh, they're just too big favorites here. I do not want to take Carrasco on the road as a minus 130 favorite, even though I expect him to be better. Jake Landini like in the under. So I am off it. I'm off it. I'm off the Indians-Mariners game. Pirates, Tigers, I doubled up. First 5 full game. I could not understand why the movement on this game, the market move was towards the over. It scared me enough not to take the under. The total opened at 8 at minus 115 at Bet Online. Now it's 8.5 to the over at minus 108. I do like the under. Shout out to Alex Ramirez in the house. Not applicable says Pirates should win this. Probably Poppy says Seattle team total over live. Like that spot. Shout out to Yellow Jesus in the house. Kobe James also in the house. Indian Cowboys on the under. I get why anyone would be on the under. It makes sense to me. It really does. Turnbull's looked fine. I think that he's not going to continue putting up nice numbers. I think the book's out on his sinker, but I'm on Pirates first 5 minus 115, full game at minus 105. If I wanted the Pirates on the full game now, there's no minus 105. The best I get is minus 107 at Heritage. So I'm doubling up here on the Pirates. Then we move on to Giants Nationals. So we have the U-shaped movement that some were expecting. Money coming back in on the Nationals. And I get why it is. So early in the morning, people were taking the Giants. But, God, I've wanted to take the Nationals all day. I've wanted to back this National squad all day. Let's take a look at lineups. For the Giants, we got Dugar, Panic, Posey, Belt, Crawford, Longoria, Pilar, Para. For the Nationals, we have Eaton, Rendon, Soto, Adams, Kendrick, Suzuki, Difo, Hellickson, Robles. Colton Valentine said yesterday, he said the Giants' offensive lineup's actually better than the Nationals. And when I look at these two lineups, I agree. And I'm not going to take the Nationals. It's this big of a favorite. Their lineup is trash. Wow, Mally Mal got Pittsburgh first 5 at plus 120. Wow, that's impressive, Mally Mal. Let's take a look at where this line movement has gone. How did you get that? So I'm on first 5 here. Oh, there's the Pinnacle not giving that out. Let's see Bet Online. Bet Online opened it at 7:30 this morning at minus 125 for Pittsburgh. So I'm great look. I don't know how you managed to pull that off, but great work. Great work, all said and done, man. Probably saying leaning hard on Nats first 5. Still don't trust their bullpen about getting better. Not applicable says lean Nationals. I'd lean Nationals too. But Nino says Nationals are a fade team for me. Red Girl like in the under in this game. The under is an interesting look. Let's see what we get on the total full game. Smarja coming off a great start. It's 8.5. I'm not going to make a move on it, but I understand it. Robert Cherry says fade the Nationals until they show us something. DJ Big Boss says Giants bat poor. They got lucky yesterday. Bleds W said, Jimmy, do you like Arizona today? I want to cap that game very bad. But this is the one game I need to make a move on, and it's the Orioles-Rays. And what's the best play here? I've been thinking about it all day. What was the move to make here? Let's just take a look at the full game under. Hess has looked better his last 2 starts. It isn't that dangerous of a lineup. It has moved to 8 already at Pinnacle. Pinnacle's ahead of the market. If you just want to advantage bet, you would say, well, look at these other books that are hanging 8.5. Pinnacle's already down to an 8. So I'll take the under 8.5 in Baltimore, Tampa Bay. Taking the full game under 8.5 at Baltimore, Tampa Bay. Full game 8.5, and that is getting minus 105. Under 8.5, minus 105 at 5 dimes. Under 8.5, minus 105. Red Girls on Tampa Bay first 5. Yeah, Polly Poppy says Giants better than that maybe today. Crawford and Bell can punish. So, Mally Mouse says you got money line first 5. Yeah, I got money line first 5, Mally. And so I'm on the full game under. Let's see what I would have to get for the Rays minus 1.5 because they just continue to take care of business in that regard. Minus 120. I don't know if I want to keep going to that well. Joey Jack took the hot Rays on the money line. I mean, it's so much juice in that spot. Alex Ramirez has Spidey play today. Twins, Alex Ramirez, do you think that game goes off? A lot of rain in the forecast. So, all said and done, I'm not going to take the minus 1.5 on the Rays today. Shout out to R2D2 in Finland in the house. Love seeing that. I'm on the full game under 8, minus 105. Under 8.5, excuse me. That's my only play on the Orioles Rays. I think Hess can have a nice start here. He lost his last 2 to the Yankees and Red Sox. Those are tough lineups. I know they're not hitting that well. He has a career record of 2-1, 2.96 ERA. I can understand R2D2 going back to the Rays run line. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to stick with the under 8.5, minus 105. I'm on the Cubs full game, minus 1.5 at plus 105. We know that Drew's a big fan of Alcantara, but I just think the Cubs bats are rolling. I'm going to take him full game minus 1.5. I'm not going to take him first 5, though, just in case Alcantara starts rolling. Shout out to Luke D. And we got playoff streets in the house. Says, Orioles been hitting. They will give us 3-5. And the Rays. Interesting. Polly Poppy does not trust Hess. And then let's go to this Diamondbacks Braves game. This is a game where I may need to make a move on. Diamondbacks, Braves, Godley, Gossman. Godley's looked bad all season. Take money lines and totals. Is Godley going to step up at some time? The Arizona lineup just keeps rolling, and I don't know quite how they do it. There's been a move towards the Braves. Gossman opens at minus 148. It's now minus 162, so a 14-cent move towards the Braves on Bet Online. Let's see what we're dealing with. For the Diamondbacks, we're dealing with Dyson, Escobar, Peralta. Peralta's been extremely hot. Jones, Walker. Walker's look good, replacing Jake Lamb. Nick Ahmed, Caleb Joseph. And then with the Braves, we got Albies, Donaldson, Freeman, Acuna, Markakis, Swanson, McCann, and Ciarte. You know, the lineup-wise, I think Atlanta's the play here. Godley has not looked good. R2D2 said Braves all day long run line. Parlay Poppy likes the over. I can understand on the jumping on the over. But what if Gausman has to start? Because he's coming off a bad start. His first start was great. See what playoff streets is on. He's on Rays over, Rockets minus 5, Celtics minus 5. Finish my parlay for the day. Black Baller in the house. Shout out to you, my friend King Rail, joining us. Love it, man. Sip Zenny with his pinky in the air. Respect. Love that. Shout out to King Rail is going to be with us. Jay Money's joining us. And then I get to be on King's Court today. So I will be pouring a little something in my cup as well, which I haven't done as of yet. Because it's early right now, 3:44 my time. Okay. All said and done, I think Atlanta's the play here. Godley's looked awful. Yeah, I get why you like Alex Ramirez. Do you guys think, is that game going to go off? Is the Twins game expected to go off? That's what I want to know. Minus 1.5 at plus 125 at 5 dimes. I'm going to jump on it. I'm higher. People think Gossman is a gas can, but I don't. And I've watched him pitch a lot with Baltimore. I'm taking the Braves minus 1.5 at plus 125 plus line. Book it. Black Baller says, can see the Braves putting up some runs on the scoreboard tonight. And Bud Nino's taking a shot with the over. I'm not going to. Paco Healy says, is Kelly going to be on in the AM or PM Friday? Kelly in Vegas is going to be on our late show Friday. So is Donnie Rightside. So is King Rail. It's going to be a packed Friday. Late show is going to be a lot of fun. And I hope Kelly has a great time because she doesn't need us, but we need her. I'd love if Kelly was on our show more and more and more. So that's what's up. Okay. Playoff Street says, I'm with y'all on the Braves. Polly Poppy says, Braves seem good in the parlay on the money line. I'm on the Braves minus 1.5. Now let's go to Blue Jays Twins. I think that, again, here's another pitcher from the AL East that I've seen so much of, Jake Odorizzi, that I like more than everybody else. I know what was his last start? Was his last start another ugly start? He's got great numbers against the Blue Jays. Robert Cherry says, I can see Braves at minus 1.5. Eddie Spinoletta in the house says, I like the Braves minus 1.5. Godley walks way too many guys. All right, let's make a move here on this Braves squad, on this Twins squad. But what would I have to do? Let's check out the money lines here. We're going to check first 5 money lines. Would I need to make a move on a run line if I'm backing Minnesota? I would. And I'm going to just take them full game -1.5. I'm going to take them full game on the run line. Just full game. Minnesota Twins -1.5. Another plus spot, same as the last, +125 at 5 dimes and +125 at Heritage. Okay. Twins, full game. What would I get? Let me just curious to see what I would get on that first half -0.5. See what I'd get right now quickly. First half, Minnesota -115. I just don't know if that's enough for me. Let's take a quick look at the lineups. For the Jays, it's Sogard, Galvis, Greichuk, Smoke, Hernandez, Tellez, Drury, McKinney, Maye. And then Minnesota's got Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, Cron, Gonzalez, Scope, Castro, Buxton, turning the lineup over. I don't know if this game's going to go off. I'm going to take the Twins full game -1.5 at +125. All right. Then we have Angels, Rangers. I am fading the Dark Knight. I'm fading him. I'm taking Rangers first 5 over 2.5 at -133. I'm taking him first 5 at -133 and full game at -128. I am on that. Not applicable saying the Blue Jay game going to get rained out. I think it may, but I want to be on it if it does go. Black Baller says can see the angle with Odorizzi for the game to go under. Shout out to Rez Mob in the house. All right, so then we get to Angels Athletics, and it's the final game on the card. Mally Mouse is fading that rookie. Yeah, I'd like to fade him. And rain could interrupt this whole process. I would like to fade Trent Thornton. And the Twins need this. You know I'm going to. I'm going to take him first half, -0.5. It's dangerous, but I agree. I think that he gets touched here. First half, -0.5, and I'm getting -115. That's the market. First half, -0.5, and -115. I agree. I think Thornton gets touched here. And then we have Astros, A's. Do we go? Wade Miley has these spectacular numbers against the A's. But the A's are hitting 274, 850 OPS versus lefties, and I'm just hesitant to go against them. Astros just keep rolling along, but I love the way Montas has looked this year. Now, he has allowed 4 home runs in 17 innings. But this guy's been a top prospect for a long time. Jose Villegas, shout out to my man. Joe Rich says many will be on the over in Texas. I'd look at the second half over 4 as Zelene. I like it. Parlay Poppy says Harvey's in any big city. Just fade them. Simple as that. Black Baller says I agree. Rather Twins money line than the over, but the over is plus money. Twins should contribute more to the over. I get that. And Born in 94, my man. Born in 94 from Van City says, Sup, Jimmy, just tuned in. Can I get a quick MLB recap when you get a moment? Absolutely, because this is the last game on the card. Molly Mal going back to the Houston well. Robert Cherry says, I feel like Oakland lost me money, and I didn't bet on them last night. Yeah, I get it. I mean, the Astros just keep rolling along, paying out to all their backers. But I just don't really want to do it. Eddie Obasolan says, this is a game the Astros might lose. Can never back Wade Miley. I feel the exact same way. Not applicable on Astros money line, but I just, regardless of Wade Miley's spectacular numbers against this A's outfit, I just don't want to back him. So Miley has never allowed more than 2 earned runs in any of his 6 starts against the A's. 5-1, 1.40 ERA. Almost untouchable in 3 starts in Oakland. How do you not back that? How do you not back that? And you're getting a Astros team that feels good about themselves. Ulysses Hayes says, I am riding that Houston train, baby. My man, born in 94, Alex Frazier, play the day. 2-0, and he's going with Rangers money line. I love it. Let's make that 3-0, my man. And CT Base says, Giants dog of the day. You know, I get it, CT Base. Robert Cherry says, Miley was trash in Milwaukee. I'm not making a move on that game. I like my card. Lucky Lefty likes Houston A's over. That might be a nice look. Let's see what the total is for that game. I've lost believing in the Astros offense, and I just stayed off of it of late. But maybe this is a nice look, full game. If Miley gets touched, it's at 8.5. It's an interesting look. 8.5 at -110. Eddie Obasolan says Astros don't score a lot of runs against good pitching, beat on them for 8 straight. Astros good enough to win. I like that. I do like that. Benjamin Creasy says Astros seems like a trap. Yes, not applicable. Rip Jimmy's pick from the other day. It was just yesterday, not applicable. And man, I couldn't stop thinking about Von Polo when you're bringing up me getting killed with the Kings in the first round last year. God, 2 years in a row I've been struggling in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm gonna stay off of it. Miley just has such good numbers here. Montes has been pitching well enough. Okay, so I'm not making a move on Astros A's, but I may in the end. I'm just gonna leave a lean, lucky lefty on the over. And R2T2 says Pirates kill my Motown Tigers tonight. Black Baller says line moving on the total from 9 to 8.5. Is that right? Yeah, open at 9 out of 8.5. You know, I'm just gonna stay off of it. Rashad Sutton, shout out to you, my friend, said I don't like Twins bullpen. Oh, okay, so let's go over before we hear what my man Big Boss is on. I'm going to go over my MLB action. We've got a nice start to the day, a 4-1 start to the day. Man, it is a relief. It's been a bad Monday, Tuesday for me. Nice 4-1 start. And then our action is Red Sox, Yankees over 9 at -115. I'm off Indians, Mariners. I got doubling up on the Pirates. First 5 -115, full game -105. Back in Trevor Williams. I stayed off of the Giants in the Nationals game. Orioles, Rays, I only made one move. Full game under 8.5 at -105. Cubs, full game -1.5 at +105. Braves -1.5 at +125. Twins, first half -0.5 at -115. Full game -1.5 at +125. And then I tripled up on this Rangers game. First 5 over 2.5. First 5 -133. And full game -128. And that's a -133 on the first 5 team total over. Astros Athletics, I may make a move in the end on the over. But now, let's bring on my man, DJ Big Boss in the house. It's been too long since you joined us. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. How you doing, my man?
Oh, man, I'm so glad to be back, man. What's up, low baggers, man? I'm glad to be back with y'all, man. Same old Jim, man. We miss you out here on the West, man. It's great weather right now. Maxing and relaxing and all that good stuff, man. But let's get into it, though. One thing I'll tell you that I'm not on for sure is NBA basketball. NBA basketball has been bad to me, bro. I tried so hard yesterday. I said, well, I'm going to just take all the dogs. So I took all the dogs, and all the dogs lost too. So I'm done, man. Wifey made me sleep on the couch. You know, I'm done with NBA. That's it. But MLB had a great MLB had a great week last week, man. I got to come over to my contest. You'll see all my picks and all that good stuff. But I had a good week last week. Started off pretty good this morning, but I think I loaded up too much on the Dodgers, and it hit me the other way. I took the Dodgers under. I was heavy on the under, but I also tossed in Dodgers on the run line, and 2 scores knocked me out of there. But still looking good for today. I broke my MLB down basically to 3 points, man. I'm just dealing with teams that's local right here. I'm only dealing with a few teams, and I'm taking it series for series. So I'm on my West Coast teams. Angels, Dodgers, Padres, and the Giants. So today we got the Giants coming up against the Nationals. I see my man Jimmy, he's caught in between right there. So I looked at all the spots on that one. Nationals really need a win right here at home. They got two games, and then they go on a 6-game road trip. They haven't been winning at home this month like they should, and I think this is a good spot for them to pick it up. And it's just that time for them to do that. So I'm taking Nationals first 5, okay, plus 105. So that's about it for that game. And then I took the Dodgers under earlier, and then I got the Angels right here. The Angels and the Texas game going down. Heard a lot of talk in the chat about that one. A lot of people on the over in this one. All my picks been kind of contrarian, and I've been kind of winning at spots. And I really like the under at this one. Everybody is looking at Harvey. Like Harvey is just gonna just shit the bed so bad. And I don't expect the worst out of people. I try to expect the best. Harvey, he only gave up 10 hits April 4th. He gave up 7 hits April 9th. So it looks like he might be doing for a little improvement. Even if he gives up 5 or 6 hits, I think we can stay under on the total on this one. So I'm taking the under in that game as well. But that's all with the biz. What's up with the fun and games, Jim? How you been? How's that lung going? What the weather like out in Costa Rica, man? Talk to me.
Oh man, my lungs are bad, dude. They're getting worse. I'm gonna have to be making weekly visits to the hospital right now. I desperately miss the sweet, sweet smoke. The weather here is gorgeous. It's right before the rainy season, so it's hot and nice. It's about as hot as it gets because we're like 4,500 feet up, so it's real nice. It's real nice right now. But the rainy season's about to hit. The skeets are coming up, so you know what it is, man. I want to know about your party on Friday night, but I also want to go over some of your looks here. First off, you said your first 5 you're running with the Nationals. If you got plus 105, are you taking them minus a half?
Yes, on the run line, minus the half. Yeah, I'm taking them minus the half right there.
That's an interesting look. You know what? I mean, it's important to get the pluses as much as possible, and you've done that with a home squad that needs a win. And Samardzija coming off that spectacular start, I think that's a good look. I think that's a good look. So then let's go down to the under. What a wild call that is. So you're taking the under 10.5. You're believing in this fucking cokehead booze bag Matt Harvey because you believe in the best in people. Is that right?
Exactly. And I've learned some good things from some really talented crackheads in my life. And hey, when somebody's been on drugs, you can't always turn the shoulder with society on that one. Being that you was on drugs says a lot about you. Has a lot to do with your will to survive. A bunch of stuff about you if you are on drugs. And hey, I'm a back the guy, man. Like I said, he's been making small increments of improvement according to the trend of things. Because his first game out, he gave up 4 hits. Then next game he became a bum with the 10 hits, but then he cut it down to 7. So like I said, I'm gonna go with the best with him right here, and let's hope that he keeps it down to about 5 or 6.
I like Lance Lynn. I've always been a Lance Lynn fan. I guess not. I guess last year, the way he handled the pinstripes move, I liked him with the Twins. I like his cockiness on the mound. Harvey, I just don't trust. And SM says Harvey will get smashed. Mally Mouse says, where Jin Rummy at? Playoff Streets is going heads up against you. He says, I'm on the Rangers over. CT Bays says Angels pen will settle it down after Harvey. SM says Lance Lynn sucked versus lefties. Triple K Marine says drugs and herpes makes me a better capper. That's what Triple K Marine says. What do you think about that?
Exactly. See, make sure you follow me on Twitter because you're the type of people that I want to be around. If you're not out there trying to catch a little STD and you young and you got time, because they can fix everything nowadays. Stuff might be a temporary little frustrated, but they can fix everything nowadays. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter, man. We gotta talk, man. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it, Jim.
I like your looks, man. I like your looks. I mean, I'm on the first 5 team total over, but for the Rangers, but you got the best bullpen in the league with the Angels that can completely come in and take control of the game if Harvey slips up. Paco Healy says Harvey's at happy hour as we speak. Speaking of happy hour, can you tell us a bit about the low bag party on Friday night?
Okay, so we going out to North Hollywood. We scheduled this one close to the Metro train system, so everybody maybe can get down there. It's right off the red line in North Hollywood. We're gonna be at Big Wang's. I'm gonna be there around 5:30, 6ish. Happy hours over at 7. So I'm gonna get my 2 for 1s or whatever deals they got going on and get it started. And we'll be there probably to 10 or so. Last time, my man Ski and Parlay Poppy, they got together and made some live bets and stuff. And by the end of the night, Unbelievable and some more of them, they cash. So come out, hang with us, man. Get to talk to us, whatever. Let's have a good time, man. We got to keep this low bag LA thing going because, Jimmy, you got to be coming back soon, man. When you coming back to LA, man?
We're in talks right now of making a move to Vegas for a little summer league action. Roll with King Ray. I'll get everybody to meet up in Vegas. We're in talks about that. We're also in talks about a trip to Miami. So we'd get that sponsored so we'd be able to give out flights to a bunch of the low baggers. So we're working on it. We got a couple of different things rolling. We also have been talking about a move out east. So we're going to have another big meetup, though. We're going to have another big meetup this year. Shout out to you guys, man. I love that you're keeping this all together. Let me ask you a couple spots about tomorrow. Tomorrow, just for your Dodgers here, you got Urias versus Zach Davies. Urias, they've been talking about moving him to the bullpen. What do you think about the Dodgers tomorrow up against Zach Davies and the Brewers?
Well, the Dodgers, that's a tough one for the Dodgers. That's why I think the Dodgers had to pull it off today. Now that we know that they pulled it off, they probably get kicked in the head tomorrow. But the first game of the series, I like to stay off and play a total on that one. I ain't crunched the numbers on that one. But, yeah, the Dodgers should be a good team, but baseball is a slow game, so it's going to take time for the record to build up and all that, and they're going to have setbacks and peaks and valleys and stuff. So it's Dodgers all day around here. We got a good team this year with all the controversies, with everything else going in LA. We could do for finally bringing that home this year. So I'm definitely, watching my Dodgers. But, we'll see. Tomorrow I'll probably get a total for you.
Okay, and then another question is, if your Nationals take care of business, not your Nationals, if the Nationals take care of business tonight, are you going to back them again tomorrow early? They got Patrick Corbin going up against Drew Pomerantz, and the total's just at 8. Have you had any time to look at that game?
I looked at that a little bit. So I'm very situational when I come down. I kind of look series for series, like I was saying before, and so it looks like in this series they was loading up to close out with the win. So today they're gonna hit the field for the win. If they get it, they get it. But they know tomorrow they got a trap that they're trying to get the win for sure. But that's why just like you explained, the best angle right there to me is the first 5, and you got to roll with the home team that needs a win. So tomorrow, it's really going to be a toss-up. If they lose today, you definitely got to take them tomorrow, probably on the run line.
Very interesting looks, and I love hearing them. So my man, Big Boss, is on the under 10.5 in Texas. Angels, Texas. Seeing the good in people when I like seeing the bad, just for laughs, just for good times. But he's liking the under, and then he is backing the Nationals. First 5, -0.5 run for a +105 score. I like your looks, man. I like your looks a lot. Thank you so much for joining us, Big Boss. Where can we find you on Twitter, and tell us a little bit more about your contest?
You can find me on Twitter at DJ Big Boss, 2 G's, 2 S's on that, because I'm a double G and I'm super, super smart. Okay. So find me on Twitter right there. But I'm not even tweeting out no plays on Twitter or nothing. Everything's on the contest right now. It's a weekly contest. It's totally free. I done hooked up with the Onside app, and they're still going through some beginning stages as well. So everything's not tweaked out. Can't do any live bets, although it will let you, but that would disqualify you for this little prize right here. I'm sending these out to the winner each week. Oh, that's the wrong side. Yeah, each week you get a nice little trophy. Let me put that up where y'all can see it from Who Bangin' Sports. But if you follow me on Twitter or follow Who Bangin' Sports on YouTube, you can get all the information to get into the app and to join the weekly contest. We'll send you an invite out every week. Every week it's a new one. A lot of people got in there and thought it was automatic, so they didn't get in the second week. But we send the invites out each week. It's a weekly contest, one winner. Free to join, no money, none of that stuff. Just kind of like the Cappers world over there. I like to call Onside Sports my Cappers Facebook, but they have a lot of other, keep the score and all that good stuff for those apps in your phone. So yeah, join the contest. It's gonna be going on for a long time. So it's coming together slowly but surely. Hopefully we can get you in there, Jim. We got Big Ragu, Flipper, me, Noli Nose, Whammo G, a bunch of LA cats, and some more people from the app itself that's on there. We had a winner this week, Smoke, out of Texas. Shout out to Smoke. And yeah, it's really fun, man. If you don't do nothing but get in and try it for 1 week, come join us, have some fun. Daily picks on everybody. Once you're in the contest, you can see everybody picks as they go along. So, if you want to look and compare picks and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely there for you.
Shout out and respect my man, Big Boss. Check him out on Twitter and do it up Friday night. If anybody's in that area, in the LA area, please join the guys at Mr. Wanks. Mr. Wanks on Friday night. North Hollywood. Shout out to the guys, man. Respect, Big Boss. All right, we got J Money is Money coming in right now to help us break down this NBA card and find angles. There's been a lot of movement. I'm going to pop up the odds right now. But first off, let's welcome to the show none other than J Money is Money. How you doing on this Wednesday afternoon?
What's up, y'all, man? I'm doing great, man. I know I'm here at job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But hey, anyway, anything I got to do, man, to come on the show. This one in King Square. We're going to be doing it from the job, man. So a little bit different background today, but hey, we're here and ready to get to some winners.
Yeah, what the hell is that picture over your right? Is that a tiger?
Oh, I'm in my that's a picture of a tiger. I'm not even in my office, man. I'm in the head GM office, man. So I got a little load in here. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. But hey, I'm doing the show no matter what.
We got so much love for you, Jay. Money is money. Doesn't matter where you are as long as you're with us. And you are. Well, let's get to work right now. Let's talk about Indiana, Boston. So we have a very, very low-scoring first game. Both teams' lowest scoring output of the season, 84-74. We know there's no Marcus Smart, so maybe the incredible defense was a little bit surprising. Celtics getting a lot of play from their bench. Hayward looking okay. Marcus Morris looking great. And Jaylen Brown taking over Marcus Smart's spot in the starting five and looking good. So this total opens up real low and gets hammered up immediately. Opens at 204. We have a 4.5 point move at BetOnline up to 208.5. The Celtics open up as -7.5, now -8. Jay Money, can't wait to hear your breakdown here. What are you thinking? Pacers, Celtics.
Yeah, this one is crazy, man. If you watching the first game, you saw the first half. I mean, the Pacers came out there and they were beating up on the Celtics. I mean, came out and smacked them. We're up by 7 at the half. So, I mean, they were actually dominating the Celtics in that game. If you look at it, obviously they had come out in that third quarter absolutely pissed. You know, and we know they have one of the best coaches in the NBA. So we know that they was gonna have them all coached up for the third quarter. They come out there and smash them, man, 26-8 in that third quarter. If the Pacers didn't score 8 points there, I mean, the game probably still would have went under, but that's tough, man. They just can't do that anymore. I mean, they seem like they were scoring the ball more. It was the Celtics that was missing their shots in the first half. I mean, you see that big boost in the total because, I mean, this one's probably going over, man. I hadn't got on it yet, but right before the show, I was actually finna bet it, and I see that my book has it 208. I'm probably going to take a small shot on the over here. These are two very good defensive teams, and the Pacers are one of the best teams in the league. They have the leading shot blocker in the league over there, but I just feel like both teams have to score points tonight. They can't let each other's defense get set. It's all about transition points, man. When you get a miss, you got to push the ball. You can't be running it and trying to make it methodical. I know this is the NBA playoffs, and that's the way some of these games are. But a lot of times, the zigzag theory is real in NBA playoffs, man. The Celtics end up covering their game barely by 3. They covered it by 2.5 points or 3 points, but that was thanks to that 8-point quarter by the Pacers. I don't see the Pacers having that happen again here. You saw them; they stayed close with the Celtics. I do think the Celtics probably pulled out the win, but I think this one comes down to maybe the last 2 possessions or something like that. I had to take the Celtics here plus the 7.5, and I hadn't hopped on the over yet, but I probably will hop on it at 208.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Eddie Obasoan says Boston never starts strong because of Brad Stevens' rotations. Don't hate, says, you right, Mally. Boston starts slow. Jay Scum, very, very good capper, always winning these contests we have at Sportsbook Review, says, I'm on Boston first half -4.5. Do you think Boston comes out strong early? What's your feeling first half?
At first half, I can't say. I don't necessarily have a feeling. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy, man. I'm just looking towards the full game. I guess if you like the Celtics, I would take a more first half or maybe even first quarter. But I feel like throughout the game, I mean, the Pacers, they match up. If you look at the game, watch the first game, they match up really well versus the Celtics. I mean, we know that Horford was a little sick. He's a little illness. He was questionable, but we know that he was going to play. You know what I'm saying? He's in there for sure, but he's probably not going to be 100% if you're out there running and gunning and sweating with an illness. All your energy isn't going to be there. So that's definitely going to take a little bit away from them. The Celtics are still a very good home team, but I just feel like the way they played that last game and then they still won that game by 10. I mean, the Pacers shot 22% from 3-point and 57% from the free throw line, and I don't think that that's going to happen tonight. I mean, those are absolutely terrible numbers. That third quarter, 8-point quarter, and fucking 12 minutes of play, it's absolutely terrible. I know the Celtics are a good defensive team, but you have to get more than 8 points there. I mean, you can't have a quarter like that once again, and I just don't think that it happens here. You look at it, if they didn't have that quarter, they would have covered this game easily, if not win it. So I like the Pacers in this one. I like the over.
Wow, very interesting. Liking the over and the Pacers. And King Rails on the first quarter under. Says, where does the offense come from? Pacers don't have a key scorer. And their bench looked terrible in game one. You got to get, I expect they're going to get more from their bench in game two. Sabonis 3 for 9, Tyreek Evans 3 for 11, Doug McDermott 1 for 7. The trio combined to go 7 for 27. You have to think they're going to get more. I've not made a move on this game at this point. The market move towards the over does kind of mess with my head a little bit after such a low-scoring game. Interesting. And now Duque says Celtics win by at least 15. Let's move on to Pistons-Bucks. Pistons-Bucks. Well, jumping on the Bucks to sweep the series at plus 200 makes me feel like I'm in a real nice spot in this series. They said that Blake was around for the shoot-around, but he could barely get any lift off his jumper and had a huge brace on his knee. I mean, this Bucks team just absolutely slaughtered Detroit in the first game, 121-86. So generally when that happens, and I remember when I first came down here, I came down to Costa Rica in October. So I've been down here for about a year and a half. So not last October, but the October before. And Tomarino had this thing where every time a team lost by 30 points or more, he just backed them the next game. And it was succeeding enormously. It felt like almost every time. And I've seen a lot of people backing Detroit at this 14.5. And speaking of this 14.5, it was 15 for most of the day, and it was 15.5 this morning. So there's people that believe that the Pistons will show more fight. I mean, that's easier said than done. But this is a rested Bucks team. I know that they don't have Brogdon or Snell, but they still just seem to be a dominant group here. The Pistons can't be, they just have, you can't have confidence in their outside shooting, even though it came on for a second. And I'm telling you, man, Reggie Jackson would just drive me crazy if I was a Pistons fan. I never know when he's just going to put his head in the sand, and he continually does that. Rico Roxas says Detroit taking money, and he laughs out loud. Playoff Street says Detroit bench just have no chance. Don't Hate says no answer for Giannis. What do you think here, Jay? Pistons, Bucks.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't know who that was that you said takes the next team blindly after losing by 30 in the playoffs, but that's a damn good look. I lean towards the Bucks here, but I couldn't bring myself to take it, even though they absolutely blew them out the last game. I just can't. I told someone that asked me about this game earlier. Everyone and their mom and their grandma and the dog is going to be on the Bucks here, which is deservingly so. I mean, especially looking at the last game, but you can't solely just go look at the last game and say, oh, look, they bust them by 35 points. It's going to be an easy win once again. I mean, you have a look a little bit deeper into it. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like that the Bucks should smash them. It's just that, do they let the Pistons hang around this? I mean, we know that the Pistons will come out pissed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, because I still like the Bucks on the first half and the full game. I've not bet neither. It's a shitload of points, man. Even when you have this good of a team in the Bucks and this bad of a team in the Pistons, man. I wanted to take the over. I mean, you got the Bucks that's averaging 120 points per game at the house and shooting over 50%. But the Pistons, they can't score any points. I mean, they have to score more in this game for it to go over. We know the Bucks are going to get their points. How do the Pistons score, especially with no Griffin? I mean, them scoring 86 points, that wasn't a shocker for me. They hadn't been scoring many points without Griffin when they play a pretty damn good defensive team. So it's a tough one, man. The over is 5-0 for the Bucks after a win. So that's something to look at, or maybe look at the Bucks team total over. But this is a tough one, man, because I just feel like that the number is super high, and that's for the. I mean, obviously we saw them blow them out the last time, but I don't know, man. It's tough. I still think that the Bucks will blow them out, but I mean, I'm not a bit surprised seeing the money come in on the Pistons. I mean, you see that line moving the other way. All the money is on the Bucks here. Everyone's on them, and the line has moved down a full point. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit scary here if you like the Bucks. I'm just not going with the majority of the public here. I just can't.
It's crazy. I mean, I remember that famous first round series, Spurs Clippers, and it was 1-1. They go back to San Antonio, and San Antonio beat, or maybe it was 2-0 for the Clippers. I think it was 2-0 Clippers. That was when Chris Paul was their point guard. They come back to San Antonio. San Antonio beats them by 50 points. And I was certain that San Antonio was going to get it together and keep rolling. And then the Clippers came back and won after losing by 50 points. But there's no comparison here. This Pistons team is just trash right now. I mean, an interesting point here is by King Rail says, when Luke is your primary scorer, you're in trouble. Marshall Hoffman says Blake might play tonight. Man, I don't see why Blake would play. I would wait till game 3 at home. Wait till you're at home, because you have almost no chance here. Jin Rummy says, I like that breakdown, Jay. You nailed it. Are you going to make a move on the total?
Man, I want to. When I was looking at it, Jimmy, like in my notes, I have it at 214. So I probably should have bet then. I mean, it's even got bet up even more now, which in theory you should like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a thing as catching the ass in the line, but I mean, if it's moving up and up, that's only great if you liking the over, especially on the total. If I feel like a few points, really, it's like I say, I never buy points on a total. I just never will. I feel like if it's a point or a half point, if it's that much that you're scared, you shouldn't be betting it. So I mean, I do like the over here. I hadn't bet it, but it's moved up a whole point and a half since I looked at it. But I still like the over here.
Yeah, still like the over. George Cruz says Bucks up 25 in the first quarter easily. You know, I'm really surprised that it's just a 4.5 at most books, plus 4.5, minus 4.5 for the Bucks for first quarter. I was thinking we might even see a 6, but none of that. I mean, there's a 5 at Pinnacle, 4.5 at the other books, 5.5 at Bovada. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this shit team. I just feel like the total would be in peril if the Bucks empty their bench again. I mean, game 1, Connaughton, the pitcher, was their high man playing 28 minutes. So, you know what? Let's move on to this Rockets spot, because here's a game where I would really like to find an edge. It caught me a little by surprise. Now, again, we go back to that one team winning by 30 points idea, but it did catch me a little bit by surprise seeing how many people were on the Jazz. My man in low bagger, Ralph Nunziata, said Jazz plus 7.5, jump on it. Ski Profit tweeted out Jazz plus 7.5 earlier today. But I love the way the Rockets are playing. And if Gobert wants to stand like this in the paint, that's no problem. Harden can run in there, pass out for 3-point shots. I mean, the Rockets missed a ton of 3-point shots, and they still won by 32 in game 1. Let's see what's going on with the market move here. Sorry, I'm on first quarters right now. Let's go to spreads and totals. Full game. Rockets are minus 6.5. Just minus 6.5. This total opened at 212.5. Is now at 213.5 a bookmaker and 214 at the other books. Man, Jazz, Rockets. What do you see here, Jay?
Yeah, man, the Jazz, man, obviously we know that the Rockets just absolutely destroyed them this last time. But the Jazz, they are 4-0 ATS the last 4 after losing by 10 plus points. So, I mean, we know this is a huge revenge game. I mean, this is the playoffs. I can't say that they expect to go down 2-0, you know what I'm saying, heading to the house. The Jazz know that they can go in here and win one of these games. Obviously, it wasn't the first one. I think this one might come down to the wire, man. I got the Jazz at plus 7. So, but my play on this game, man, I like like the over here. I love it. I was on the under in the first game, and even though I got it at 214 and a half, it went down to 220 and a half, and there was a sweater, man. I'm talking about a sweater. I had it in a parlay as well, man, and I'm talking about I needed that parlay and I needed my straight bets, so they came through. But I feel like I got so lucky, man, on that under. I do not see this game going under whatsoever. I mean, the Jazz, they're not scoring 90 points here. I do like the Rockets defense, but I just feel like it was the Jazz more shooting themselves in the foot that game. I mean, in the way that they were defending hard, and I understand trying to make him go to his offhand, but that shit's just not working. You can't just give him the whole side. I mean, you can kind of sway him towards side, but in the basketball, you just do not open up and let a player go wherever the hell he wants. I don't care what hand he is. I mean, if you have to have help from the other team, you got to do something. But their defense probably should be tightened up a little bit tonight, but the Rockets, they're going to get their points at the house. And my thing is, the Jazz, they're going to touch 100 points in this game. The Rockets are holding them to 90 points once again. If the Jazz shot the way they did in the last game, and it's still, you know what I'm saying, this game almost went over, I love the over here. And I think that the Jazz, you see a much better effort for them tonight. And I think they stick inside this 7 or 6.5.
Tell me what you think. If the Jazz cover, what do you see the total being? And if the Rockets cover, what do you see the total being? Do you see if the Jazz cover, it goes over? If the Rockets cover, it goes under? How do you see it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jimmy. I really feel like regardless of which one covers, that the total will go over, because, like I say, the Rockets are going to get their points. It's just, do we think that the Jazz show up? You know what I'm saying? Do the Jazz get their points here? And I really think they will. So I'm hoping, since I'm on both bets, I'm hoping it's correlated with the dog and over. The dog pushing, you know what I'm saying, the Rockets to the limit in this one, maybe even possibly trying to win the game. So I'm hoping that it's Jazz and over. But I mean, I could see the Rockets maybe covering the spread. Is somewhat low. That's what I was thinking in the first game. Like, damn, it's a little low. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to take the Rockets in the first game, even though I liked them in the first one, and they ended up blowing them out. But I mean, for a second there, the game was pretty close. The fourth quarter just absolutely blown them out. So I don't really feel like the final score was indicative of the full game. But I'm hoping that it's correlated with Jazz and over.
Wow, this is wildly interesting. I've still yet to make a move on this NBA card, but I do find the over appealing in this game, quite appealing, and I'm very close to making a move. So interesting. So we got Mally Mal, Big Ragu, Ralph Nunziata, Ski Profit on the Jazz. Then we got and Jay Money on the Jazz, and then we got King Rail, Playoff Streets, George Cruz on the Rockets. Man, I'm telling you, if it wasn't such a blowout in game one, I would be on the Rockets, but God, I just feel like the Jazz can come back. Now, if the Jazz are in this game late, then there's going to be a lot of scoring late, a lot of fouls late. Yeah, I think the over is a play that makes sense here. I think it's a play that makes sense here, and I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to jump on the over. I'm getting 213.5 at Bookmaker. It opened at 212.5. I'm going to take over 213.5 at minus 110. Available at Bookmaker. 213.5 minus 110. And you've already locked in your 2 spots here on this game, Jay?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, I got the Jazz earlier. That was one of my first bets this morning. I hopped on the Rockets and Jazz over. That was my first bet, and I'm talking about it was at 213. Man, I went to go and look at some more stuff, and then go right back, and it was already at 214. I'm like, fuck, I gotta hop on it, and I probably could have waited. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I thought that it would have gonna go even to 215, maybe 215.5. That's what I was thinking, especially the way it was rolling this morning. But it didn't go up. But yeah, my best player today is the over in this game. But I also like the Jazz as well, and then I saw Ski like it, so I mean that makes me feel even better about it.
I feel you, and shout out to Playoff Streets, man. Hoping to get him up live on this show as well. And to all you low baggers, if you guys want to be a part of the on-camera team here, let me know, because love having you guys, love putting a voice behind the name, and a lot of the guys that, you know, certain guys that you tail, you want to know who that man is or who that woman is that you tail. So you know, and what a great job all the guys we have are doing right now. So it just makes me more excited to hear more of you guys and see more of you guys on the show. Triple K Marine, it's on the Jazz, 103.5 team total over. And Playoff Street says coming soon. Looking forward to that. Gin Rummy, as always, got on it at 212.5. That guy is extremely sharp. Shout out to our man, Jin Rummy, who I still haven't been a little overwhelmed and haven't followed him on Twitter yet, but I will as soon as this show's over. Well, we got a lot to talk about on King's Court. I also want to talk about the in-series action on King's Court, which we will get to. And I wouldn't mind just pitching a couple things to you quickly before we shut this show down. Jay, I'm going to pull up the in-series bets right now here and to see if there's anything, because I didn't announce it, and I probably should have, but I already made another bet on the Thunder to win the series at plus 175. After all you've watched, do you think I should stop that right away?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I need to see how they come out and play this game 3. Oh, that'll tell me a lot. I can't say. I know a lot of people are high on the Thunder here in this series, but I'm not a fan of the Thunder this year. I'm just not, man. I like their defense. I like in spurts, but their offense is not there, man. I'm sorry. The way that their offense struggles for long periods of time. I mean, and the thing is, they would have to go and steal one in Portland for them to win this series. I don't know if they can do that, especially the way they're playing. I mean, we need to see if they can come out and smash in this game 3. If they don't cover in game 3, I would be very, very weary, you know what I'm saying, of my OKC series bet. I'm talking about they should come out and blow the Blazers out by 20. They should cover the first quarter, first half in full game, in theory. If they don't, I'll watch it very closely. If so, after that game, then maybe, you know what I'm saying, I'll look into it. I can't say I'm not big on the series price. I'll just bet it game to game, but I'll be on OKC. I just want to see how they come out, how pissed off they are. Can they show that they can shut down Damian Lillard? Because, I mean, he's been fucking killing them. So if you can't shut down Dame, the Blazers might go still one in OKC.
Yeah. Very, very interesting here. So we have Brooklyn at plus 300, the Magic at plus 450, and I couldn't help but notice Ski Profit jumped on the Spurs to win the series at plus 130. What do you think of Ski's move on the Spurs at plus 130 to win the series?
Yeah, if it's at plus 130 right now, I don't see why you wouldn't hop on that, to be honest with you. I mean, they're up there. It's already 1-1. They're going back to the house. I could definitely see them winning both games at the house. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even though the Nuggets came back and covered that game for me last night, the way that they played the first 3 quarters, first 2.5 quarters, it can't happen again. I mean, you down 19 at the house in a must-win game. That scared me there. So, I would definitely look towards the Spurs here because, I mean, if they could play like that in Denver, why can't you play like that here at the house, both of these games, and go up 3-1? So I would definitely look at the Spurs plus 130. I don't think I've ever made a series bet. That might be my first one.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I love them, but, God, they just blew up in my face in NHL. What do you think about parlaying some of these favorites here to win the series? You take, the Celtics, the Sixers, and the Raptors, and you get a minus 155. You add the Rockets in there, and then you get even money. You think that's a ridiculous thing to do?
Celtics, Sixers, and Raptors. Maybe a tad weary with the 76ers. I mean, the Nets showed that they can match up well with them. Game 2 was a total blowout, but, I mean, it was supposed to be. Still, game 1, the Nets showed, hey, look, we match up well with y'all. We can play with y'all. We can run with y'all. And we can beat you in your house. So that's the one I would be a little bit weary of, especially if it's at a huge price.
Yeah, it's not something that I do, but everybody in the chat saying, stop. Oh, King Rail saying, love it, Jimmy. Well, King, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that on King's Court because it's for grabs. Raul Wando, great guys on Boston -7 and over 203. Big Ragu says, no way about taking those big favorites on a parlay. And everybody's saying Portland. So I can't wait to break these games more. I'm only on one play at the moment. I'm on the over 213.5 Jazz Rockets, but we'll have a lot of time to break down these 3 games. And I want to talk more about these future spots if we want to make a move on the futures and what you think is the best spot. Because remember, I mean, Rail's got the Rockets to win the championship at plus 800. They're plus 900 right now. So I'm going to break all this stuff down, and I look forward to being on your show today. Thank you so much for having me on your show, King's Court. My man, Jay Money, thank you so much for joining us here at Low Bag. Where can we find you on Twitter, my man?
Yeah, man. Y'all go find me on Twitter at JMoneyIsMoney, man. If you're not following me, y'all need to go follow me right now, man. I mean, my plays, most time I post them way earlier in the day. You know what I'm saying? So their Rockets over. Their game was already posted like 1 o'clock today. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could have got there way before the show. Y'all go follow me, man. So, man, make sure you guys watch King's Court in 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Watch King's Court. I will be there. I'm very much looking forward to it. But now, before we close up the show, and DJ Big Boss got Warriors in 5, so do I. I got Warriors in 5 and Warriors in 4, and now what a mess. That's the reason why you don't make those bets, man. But going over my plays one more time before we bring in Freddie Fortune. I've got in NHL nothing, but I did take the Knights to win the cup at plus 550. Then in basketball, I'm on that over 213.5 in Jazz Rockets. And then in baseball, I got a lot of action, and I'm excited about it. I'm starting the day off 4-1, and I've got the Yankees over 9 at minus 115. I'm off Indians Mariners. I doubled up on the Pirates first 5 in full game. I took the full game under 8.5 in the Rays. I have the minus 1.5 for the Cubs at plus 105. Braves minus 1.5 at plus 125. That was the late show edition. Twins first half minus 0.5 at minus 115. Full game minus 1.5 at plus 125. And I tripled up on that Rangers game. First 5 over 2.5 for the Rangers. And the Rangers first 5 full game minus 133, 128 respectively. And I haven't made a move on that over in Astros Athletics. And I'm not sure if I will. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. But before we move on, we have none other than, I believe, it's Freddie Fortune. Rafa, is that right? Is it Freddie Fortune coming in today? Freddie Fortune. Hey, you're on a bit of a winning streak, I hear.
Yes, I am.
That must make you feel good about yourself. The hell's that?
It smells like shit inside.
Fucking dick, man. All right. So you Lysol'd me?
They're not paying us. Don't say their name.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Freddie Fortune.
It's a good-looking shirt, man.
Thank you. I'm the good-looking person. The shirt is just a part of me. But thank you. UEFA Europa League. Valencia versus Villarreal. Valencia to qualify at minus 125 at Bet365.
How many have you won in a row now?
2.
Dude, that's a big winning streak, man. Great work. King Rail says some really nice things about you. Lots of guys saying really nice things about you.
King Red is my friend. I talk to him every day when I do the King's Court show with him.
He says Freddie's the one guy you don't leave alone in your house.
Next comment.
Question.
Why didn't you ask Jay to introduce me to the show?
Did you know that guy, Jay Money?
Yeah, he follows me on Twitter. He sent me a message, and I didn't reply because I'm too important. I am super busy all the time.
Some really nice things.
I got 351 followers on Twitter.
DJ Big Boss says he found that shirt in the garden section of Home Depot.
Is he jealous of my shirt?
Good question. Good question.
I want to know him in person, but they say he's a funny guy.
That's what they say, yeah.
I watch his videos all the time on Twitter, but he never replies to my comments.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
No,
Well, you are on a winning streak. You're going to make it. You're going for 3 in a row. Valencia to qualify.
Yes.
In UEFA Europa League. God bless you, Freddie Fortune. Let's have a big night. It's got off to a 4-1 start. Freddie Fortune's here. Let's have a big night. Most importantly, Leche, Alos Bookmakers!